There is a bull you can ride in the pool, hosted by Jim Beam. No one's won so far. Everyone keeps falling off. See if anyone gets on. Oh my gosh, guys. You will not believe the drama I went through trying to get this It's been a disaster. It's okay though. But anyway, anywho, welcome back to my channel. You already know the drill. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Make sure you're getting checked in with everything that's going on and happening in the near future. For today's video, we're heading over to Vegas. Yes, everybody knows the city of sin. What happens in Vegas always stays in Vegas, but I was willing to catch a little bit of what I happened to do. I was actually going just to visit family. I haven't gone on like a trip with like my whole family and like, gosh, years and years and years. For those that don't know me, I've been all over the place. So for a couple of years ago, I was living in Japan for 16 months, and then I moved back to Florida, and then I was traveling a little bit down the East Coast for work, showing 8th graders around DC, and then I just recently moved to the West Coast, where I'm now living in Seattle, Washington. So I've kind of been all over the place. It's kind of been tough. My family does tend to take yearly vacations, but because I have not been in the same place as them, unfortunately it has been very difficult for me to be able to get together with them. So it was only for a day or two, but I still was able to sneak in and spend some time with them, which was really fun. City of Sin is kind of difficult to vlog, period. Yeah, because I mean, like, a lot of it you can't really, just for like safety and security purposes, they don't let you do that. So that's kind of a thing. Oh no, the battery is dying. Pause, we'll be right back. Okay, we now return you to your regularly scheduled program. That looks much better. Battery's full, life is good. Yeah, I was just talking about safety and security in Vegas. It's kind of difficult to be able to vlog. I tried to capture as much as I could while we were down on the strip. We actually did spend a little bit of time off the strip, quote unquote, as well. There's a new area, well, at least for me, I haven't been to Vegas in such a long time that I didn't know any of this area. So literally, I think it's down near around the Flamingo. Somebody check me, fact check me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but I think somewhere in between the Flamingo and like the hotel that's like right next to it. It's an area called Off the Strip. It's pretty cool. They've got, what did they have? They had a whole bunch of stuff down there, like really cool stuff. I know they had a Sprinkles, which is something that I discovered for the first time when I was in California. So I was like, oh, Sprinkles. And they also have, I think it's called the Link, which also, the Link either the hotel is called the Link or the area is called the Link.
I think she's got it. I think she's got it.
But basically, there is a large Ferris wheel called the High Roller. It's actually the world's largest observation wheel. So we were able to do that as a family as well. I've got a little bit of footage and things like that. But as always, I just want to intro it to you guys. Thanks so much for coming along with me on this journey called life. Stay tuned for all the great stuff that's coming later on. And I'll see you around on the next one. Okay, bye. I think SeaTech and I have a very love-hate relationship. So I am off today to Vegas. My family is going to Vegas for a couple of days, so I told them that I would come and see them. It's about a 2.5, maybe 2-hour flight from Seattle. It is now 1:07 and I'm still in Seattle. So guys, you know when you devise this plan and you're like, oh, this is gonna be the greatest plan ever. Oh, I'm gonna be awesome, I'm gonna rock at it. And you don't go to sleep the night before and you pack all your crap to move to a new apartment and you pass it on the couch at 5 a.m. and you wake up at 10. Yay! So that was my night. Yeah, I definitely didn't do everything that I was supposed to, which kind of killed my afternoon. I missed the noon o'clock flight, which was on time, so I told myself I'd catch the 2 o'clock flight. that leaves on Alaska, but it is delayed until 3:30. So there's a 3 o'clock flight on Alaska. But of course, the 2 o'clock flight was at sea, was at N6, and the 3 o'clock flight is at Delta 1, which involves the shuttle. But I've got time. It's only 1 right now, so I can get back on the shuttle after I've bought my coffee and my food and head back to the main terminals to hopefully get on the 3 o'clock flight. We'll see. I'm not sure. But SeaTac, you win again. So he's like 0 and you're like 500 in him. Yeah, so it's cool, it's chill. So I'm excited to go to Vegas. It's been, oh my gosh, how many years? It's been way too long since I've been to Vegas. I know I went when I was 22 for my roommate's 21st birthday, and then I went with another good friend of mine. We went to a concert to see Lady Gaga in Vegas. But it's been a couple of years, so it'll be kind of nice to see family. It'll be kind of nice to see family in Vegas now that everybody's legal and it's not this weird awkward thing where like, oh, we gotta go find childish things to do in Vegas, which is weird in itself. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. So that'll be kind of chill. But as always, I figured I would tell you guys about my morning. It's always, my life is just in shambles a lot of times. I'm surprised you guys are still watching at this point. Probably just like, what's gonna happen next? Who knows? Sorry, dog just walked by. He's a really cute dog. Stay tuned. Next time you guys will see me, we'll be in Vegas. Okay, so I know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but let's dredge up a little history about the city of sin. For a little more than a century, Vegas has been this epicenter of debauchery. But back in 1905, it actually started as a railroad town. Located about 8 miles from its current location, Vegas' humble beginnings started on a small street called Fremont. From 1910 to 1931, gambling was considered illegal. Despite this, mob kings still utilized speakeasies and undercover casinos to grow their profits. Once gambling was legalized again in 1931, dirty money was partnered with funds from banks and tourists to build most of the hotels we see today. This, along with the influx of construction workers for the new Hoover Dam, Fremont flourished with males looking to blow off steam from a hard day's work through showgirls and casinos. New York-born mobster Benjamin Bugsy Siegel is often credited for changing the face of Vegas. While most of the hotels on the Strip carried a Western theme, Bugsy's new hotel, the Flamingo, carried a more modern flair, but Bugsy wasn't careful about his precarious budget. The Flamingo had an original budget of $1.2 million, but Bugsy spent more than $6 million to complete his hotel, upsetting most of the mobsters he had used their money to finance. On the night of June 20th, 1947, Bugsy was shot in his living room of his Beverly Hills mansion. Want to know more about Bugsy and the other mobsters that helped flourish our glitzy city? Head to the description box below for additional information. Hey guys, we're here in Vegas. The flight wasn't so bad. It wasn't delayed, but so I had, once again, my two choices. Both ended up getting delayed, but I ended up going with the original flight that I listed for, which is good. And it was actually, everything worked out perfectly. Like the gate agent was super nice, the flight attendant was super nice, and she's like, oh, how many seats are, like she's asking like the gate agent, how many seats are available? And the agent's like, oh, like there should be like 9 open, but 14 people haven't checked in. And so that was really good. Like I was able to get on. She's like, I'm really hoping you get on. She's like, you're so, and listen, for anybody that knows me, they know that a lot of times I cannot be fussed doing my makeup. Like I'm gonna be 1000% honest, I probably should do it more often. I like how it feels having makeup on. Like I'm not saying that it's not a thing for me, but a lot of times like I'm tired. Like listen, y'all know I mentioned this in the last video. And so the other flight attendant, she's like, oh my god, your skin is flawless. And I'm like, yes, thank you, girl. And I was and then of course like I got carded on the flight because, okay, so this one of the flight attendants, she recommended a hazelnut liqueur. I wish I would have gotten the name of it. It was really good. And I mixed, and I didn't do it. She recommended to mix it with Bailey's. And so the guy next to me, he's like, oh yeah, like I'll totally try that. And I was like, I'll do the same as him. And she was like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 30, girl. Like, I'm gonna be 30 for a whole nother year. Like, I just turned 30 in June. And she goes, oh my gosh, you don't look it at all. And I was like, I'm going to live forever. Literally the fountain of youth, just like, But it's just so nice. It was a really great flight. I sat between two individuals. One was an older lady, and actually the guy was the same year. He's 30 as me. I can't speak. Oh my god, my brain is mush. He was 30 as well. Oh my god, I literally cannot speak. But they were so nice. He was coming for a video game tournament, and the lady was coming for a 911 conference. So she was talking about at their conference, they were going to learn tools and tips for people to be able to basically handle the job of handling 911 calls. She said that technology is always changing, so they're going to learn about new technological updates. She was the manager for a 911 center in Seattle. So if anybody's watching and they have any information about this, I know once you guys see this, it'll be after the fact. It's now August 2nd. So if anybody went to this, please drop some information in the comments box below, because I mean, I was floored. And she was saying that there's 3 different generations that like take phone calls, and she's like, it's hard to keep them motivated, and not really motivated, it's hard to keep them consistent and stable, that they feel, like I feel like that's any job. You want to feel valued, you want to feel like as much as you put into work is as much time you get back. And she was like, the mindset between 3 different generations of a job is different, and I think that is the truth in any facet in life. It doesn't matter what the job is. You find 3 different generations are all gonna have a different viewpoint and a standpoint on how they feel and what they want. So it was really interesting. Like, all 3 of us, it's just such a nice experience. We talked the whole descent onto the ground into Vegas, and I think that's one of the things I do love the most about flying. I think there's such a connection that you make with people, and it's fleeting. It is fleeting. It is short-lived, and these people you'll probably never see again, and you don't ever know what will happen in their lives. And sometimes, yeah, maybe you do hand out some information and you do stay in contact, but it's the best and the worst of the job for me personally. I have struggled a lot with fleeting connections. I am the kind of person, my heart is so big, and I love to meet people. I'm such a people person that a lot of times I don't know how to feel about not seeing someone again, or I don't know how to feel about feeling like a friend is leaving, or I don't know, like it's always been my crutch. I don't know when to let things go, and I think this job is teaching me how to be comfortable in the uncomfortable, and that is a very hard transition, especially at 30. So I'm trying to get through it. I think seeing my family will help ground me a little bit in that uncomfortable, because I was feeling that same way when I went to Florida to go see my friends. I was feeling very uncomfortable, and I needed some comfort. I needed something that I knew, and people that I knew, and people that wanted to see me, and that kind of makes things better. So I'm hoping I can find the same with my family once I go to see them. So I'm here, I've made it. I now have to, my family is down at Treasure Island. They have told me to come along with my bags. Unfortunately, my phone is dying, so we're gonna have to pause on the journey for about 5 or 10 minutes and give it, I mean, those that know me, I have two external batteries, and they're both dead. It's just, I've just been on the road so much, man. Like, I don't have time to even charge my external batteries. Isn't that horrible? Yeah, so I gotta sit and be patient. I don't have patience. I have patience for people. I have patience for kids. I have patience for old people. I love old people and kids. I don't have patience for technology. Like, if a laptop doesn't work, or if a phone doesn't work, or an app doesn't work, or it's pausing, or it's restarting, and I have to fiddle with it, then I get mad. And then I really have to tell myself to chill out, relax, It's fine. You're good. And just be in it for a minute. So I'm only here for a day. We'll see what well, obviously we're gonna go to Treasure Island. So we'll see what we end up doing there. And then I don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. So initially, in my perfect world, I was gonna get here this morning, and then I was going to leave tomorrow morning. But now that I'm here, it is 6:15 in the night time. So I might mosey about for a little bit of time before I take off. I might mosey about for a little bit of time before I head back to Seattle. I'll be chill. I'll be super chill. So I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll see. I don't like to ever make promises because then I feel like I didn't keep them if they break. So thanks for coming along with me, guys. All right, we'll see you later. Bye.
While most could get themselves in trouble in the city of sin, not all of Vegas is strictly gambling and sex. There are tons of wholesome experience that families can enjoy. One experience my family and I did was the high roller. Standing tall at 550 feet, it is currently the world's largest Ferris wheel and gained acknowledgement in 2015 when it was awarded the Innovative Design in Engineering and Architecture with Structural Steel. The high roller accepted its first passengers on March 31st of 2014 and has 28 cabs that can hold up to 40 people each. This means 1,120 people can simultaneously ride at one time. It takes 30 minutes to complete one revolution, and since its opening, the wheel has made over 63,030 revolutions in total. While it does close, the wheel itself never stops spinning. There are always deals for travelers alike, but for locals, they get up to 50% off every Tuesday. Want an idea of some of the special events that can be booked inside of the cabs? While bachelorettes and weddings seem like a given, you could also do yoga. There are also packages where you can add a bartender as well. Want more information on some of the wild events that you can book inside the high roller? Head down to the description box below.
The water is going. Look. Oh my God. Yes, at the Bellagio. Oh my gosh. This is fabulous. Look at it go. Whoop, 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 whoop. Right here, all the way at the top. Very top of the high roller. Got the view, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, now that we've covered the innocent side of the city of sin, let's get into some of those adult things I've been hinting at the whole video. I do have to warn viewers from this point, there will be talk regarding adult content. If you'd like to skip this particular section, feel free to press the skip ahead button in the bottom right hand corner. Okay, we got just the adults in the room? Alright, let's do this. While in Vegas, my cousin and I made our way down to the Fruit Loop district. At the time, we didn't know this was the name of the area. I later learned the name Fruit Loop represented the LGBTQ district located on Maple Street near the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. This cluster of bars and restaurants was coined this name in the 1970s, and while the name Fruit Loop hasn't had the most positive connotations in the gay community, Vegas historian Dennis McBride acknowledged, some thought it was demeaning, but you own it and take the teeth out of it. Inside the district, we visited both Piranha and Free Zone. Piranha was voted the best gay nightclub by the Review Journal in 2014, 16, and 18. Most importantly for me, it featured a bomb-ass Crown Roll trailer. Just across the street, Free Zone had pool tables, an open-style dance floor, and a kick-ass butterfly photo opportunity. While these two bars were a good time, things heated up when I accompanied my friend and his cousin to the Puppetry of the Penis show. The show first debuted in 1998 at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival and was awarded outright Best Show. The show contains penis origami, and after great success at the festival, toured throughout Australia for 8 months. The show set up shop in Vegas back in 2015, and currently it's inside the Erotic Heritage Museum. The museum opened in 2018 and was a partnership between a reverend and a pornographer. Currently, it is the largest museum in the world for the preservation of erotic artifacts, fine art, film, and cultural events. Located just off the strip behind the Trump Hotel near the Fashion Show Mall, stop in to learn more about this interesting venue. And as always, be sure to check out the description box below for information on tickets and upcoming events. It truly has been a while since I've been to Vegas, and even though I don't get to spend a lot of time every time I go, I do always leave the City of Sin with amazing memories. There's something to be said about sharing special moments with those people you love. While we may drive each other crazy and know exactly what to say or do to get on each other's nerves, family's there through thick or thin, good or bad. I've also been fortunate to visit Vegas with not only family, but with friends as well. Each visit has always been different, but holds a special place in my heart. What or where are some places you visit with your family? Do you enjoy more of a wholesome experience or maybe some drunken nights of debauchery? Let me know in the comments below. Well, pups, thanks again for joining me on these crazy streets of Vegas. Keep an eye out for new videos down the pipeline. Until next time, see ya.